Well, hello you people there, as we're in all this green here with my jacket, just keep it a little tiny bit warm. Yes, the weather's not fully for a jacket, but then it kind of is in the same sense, so I thought I'd wear it, even if I have to keep taking it on, putting it on, taking it off, putting it back on, whatever, and all that. So I hope you are going to enjoy this video, as I know you're here for a nail video, and as we're here looking at some blackberries to hopefully find some, and maybe we'll make a pie or something. But no, we're not doing a raspberry pie, or I'm not doing those kind of nails. Oh, I guess I could, potentially, at least the grape kind, because I do have some 3D grapes. Oh, I don't know. Are we going to do that, or are we not? I don't know. You're just going to have to find out down the line, as I'll probably use them at some point. But with all that in mind, let's get to the nail making of making. So yes, I'm going to be mixing these 3 colors together to make a slightly different kind of greeny color with the one I have that's slightly greenish yellow, like this one. Well, this one's pure yellow. But yes, I'm going to use gray, I'm going to use blue, and I'm going to use yellow to make an interesting, nice color here. So here are the colors coming. Ploppity plop, 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 plopperstons. Bringing the colors to life. So right now I'm mixing these 2 here. And it's kind of a warmish green, and I want it to be more of a fall kind of deady green, if that makes any sense. And I think this kind of did that in a way, at least the color of certain leaves, with that little bit of gray put in there. So that's going to be the color that I'm going to do. And yes, I'm using a brush here, and I'm kind of putting it on if it was gel, but I'm still doing it fast enough as it is polished, so you got to be careful. And it's harder to put it on with one of these brushes when you're using your own mix if you're not using a bottle to do it with. I don't have an empty bottle to make my own polish in, so I can't do that. But that's okay. Here we go, making a color out of the colors I have, making more. And yes, I'm only going to do this on the out 2. And the middle 2 are going to be very different. Well, not different. Now I'm just using the gray by itself, not mixed in to make a interesting green color by itself. But yes, it's going to blend at times when you see it in certain light. But yeah. And now I'm going to put the second coat of this magnificent color. It's pretty nice to have gray nails occasionally. I must say it's a nice color to use. I don't use it all the time, but in this time of year when it's starting to become more of a fall time, it's kind of a nice color to transition in. It's nice to do nails. And then, yes, I'm going to use a little bit of this nice sparkle here. That is an iridescent niceness with these little pieces of stuff inside of it. I got it and thought it would be really awesome. So yes, I'm using the other pure colors that I used to make the green color as a swooshy swoosh for the middle 2 nails. I'm not sure what it's called. I don't know. I love doing this so much. So I do swish, 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 and that's what I'm doing right now to be fab and all that others. And then some blue, as I felt like I wanted to add the nice blue to show it off. And then I'm going to add a color here, this kind of brown, reddish brown color. That is kind of interesting, just to give it a little bit of a depth, maybe, just to give it a little difference, so at least has something that's not the color of what I used in the mix. So there we go with that awesomeness, as I've got my swooshy swooshes, just adding a few more little blue. Now, as you see, the blue swooshy swooshes coming to life slightly, at least. So, yeah. So the middle ones are kind of just showing all the colors that were used to make it, except for that brownish color. And now I am finally using that sparkle I showed you, and I'm just using a little bit of it on little bits, kind of like the swooshy swoosh technique, and I will be doing that on my 2 nails, kind of a swooshy swoosh technique, on my 2 green nails, but that would only be that, no other color as on the surface, so I'm going to do that. That's what I'm doing. I just wanted to give it a little bit of a pop of color, but not full on like you've seen me do before. Sometimes like on my thumbs I do the full on coloring with a solid color, you know. And then this is the top coat I'm going to use to hold it all in and get it nice and glossy. This is a very glossy top coat from Remy London, and that's what I'm doing here. It brings the sparkle and everything to life. I think it slightly mixes the colors together, but that's okay for what the kind of look I'm going for. And that awesomeness there, and there's the colors. And yes, I did put a line around it, and here it is with the line around it. Well, there we go with some nail design for you. Hope you enjoyed that. Well, I would guess you did if you're at this point of the video. And yes, we're still here looking at the berry bushes and seeing what we can find and all this. And yes, as you probably know, as I said it before, blackberry bushes of blackberry bushes. Around here, sometimes it's hit and miss. Sometimes here has tons, sometimes it doesn't, or sometimes you have to come back later in another day, and there's many more. So, with all that, as it is the summertime, and August time is usually when you can get blackberries the most, and all that awesomeness. I don't know why I'm talking about that, but why not? As it's something that happens in the summertime in places like here. So with no further ado, please, as I talked about blackberries, but now get back to the nail thing, that I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a nice, huge thumbs up. Because I like to know how many people are enjoying these videos, because it's nice to know. And please subscribe if you're new, because I would like to know you new people, so you can see whenever I make videos and all that awesomeness. Well, till next time, bagel, bam!